Well, it's Sunday, August 5th, 2012. I just wanted to document this canola here. I had to stop and tighten up a wheel bearing, running the wheels off my old 1998 model swather, but it sure does a good job. Anyway, when I was kneeling down here, I was noticing this ground here and realized that this is ground that I seeded 2 times last year and didn't get anything out of it. It grew up in the cattails because it was so wet. I just wanted to document this, that there's cattails here. This is a cattail stalk, this is a canola stalk. I managed to cut this last fall. You can see over there, there's still a rock pile there with cattails around it. It was all taller than that probably. I no-till seeded right into this ground, and this is the swath that I've got of canola. Take a look here. You can see it was wet. It was so wet. Here's the seed slot for my no-till drill. Looks like we're by the shore of the sea here. That's a slug shell, I suppose. Some kind of snail or slug. The soil's full of life even when it's wet. We don't see it, but it's there. I just wanted to document. I thought it was kind of neat looking at this. There's cattail stalks and canola stalks here, and hopefully we get this up before it gets drowned out or something crazy, but really is a nice stand of canola here. And so no-till seeding into cattails may not be an approved method by the USDA standards, but I wanted to document it, that it is feasible, and it actually worked really well here. Maybe when I grow up I'll be able to farm the way I want to without somebody's rules and regulations, but as it is, that's the way it is. This is a wheel I had to tighten up a little bit. They make a lot of rounds. You can see how wet it was here. See the seed rows there. I mean, it was wet. The canola's a little green down here in this spot, but over the hill there, it's getting ripe where it needs to be cut, so I'm just going to cut it all together. You can see the strip of weeds there is kind of a salt weep area, where the thing that grows, one of the things that grows the best there is kochia weed. That's kochia weed sticking up there. That's the rim of this low area here, or kind of the perimeter of it. A ways out from the perimeter, the water pressure pushes the salts up around all these low spots. We're actually losing farmland because we can't drain any of these spots. They're considered wetlands by USDA, and we'd be in big trouble if we drain them. So we have to suffer farming through them and around them and messing with these cattails all the time. And whether they're drained or not, there's plenty of wetlands around, and there's plenty of wildlife, whether it's snails in the ground when it's growing cattails, or there's probably who knows how many millions of insects in an acre, billions, probably trillions, and all kinds of animals and birds in this canola. It makes a good cover for them. Worst thing is when we have to harvest it, it's hard to look out for all the creatures there, but I guess people count first, and being that nobody wants to be out on the farm when we have to mass produce food for the masses, I guess that's the consequences, that there's going to be some casualties of war. There's people starving to death in the world that would would benefit greatly from this oil that this canola is going to produce. Some people, oh, canola is a freak and whatever. Well, it's relative to mustard. It's a hybrid rapeseed bred to have low uric acid content in the oil to make it fit for consumption. And it's highly used in the food industry. That's what the customers want. That's what the people are buying. So that's what we're producing. Anyway, this low spot here didn't grow a thing last year. Just wanted to document this one more time. So no-till seeded into cattails. This is why I go around in the fall and windrow and burn and put so much time into ground that people think you're nuts if they don't know anything about it. They see you doing that and they don't understand, but I still couldn't get all of this low area seeded. There's 4 or 5 acres there that didn't get seeded into canola. It actually is seeded. You can see cattails growing up again, little ones. But I did seed that into soybeans just for a forage crop, cover crop. And they're growing pretty well in there. We'll probably document that in a different film. I gotta get this cutter bar in action.